Margaret saying that? You know, a hawk, a horn, or whatever that is.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
I was taking it kind of literally, that she just aches. Maybe my heart aches, my stomach aches. Let me know.
Okay. And how do you respond to that? What is your thought of what she's saying?
I think she's a little silly, being a little melodramatic.
Okay. And so how would Hero respond to that? Sort of snicker?
Yeah.
Or titter? More a snicker or tither or laugh?
Probably a snicker.
Snicker. Okay. And if she's snickering, then would that affect how you might respond to Margaret, knowing that?
Yeah. Maybe what did they last minute?
That's right. Well, you're not right. You're not feeling well. You know. And are we ever feeling ornery when we're not feeling well?
All the time.
Can we relate to
All
that?
the time.
We can relate.
Right. Well, then let's shoot that. Let's goose that a little bit more. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take that line again. Would you please, Margaret?
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins
All right.
them
Then
all.
we're ready. Get ready. I need your titter, snicker.
Okay. I'll go back to the previous one.
Okay.
Oh, illegitimate construction, I scorn that with my heels.
'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceedingly ill. Hi-ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all.
Okay. No, I want it verbal, vocal.
Oh, I was laughing after her line.
No.
Oh.
And what is your line? What is your response?
For the letter that begins them all.
H.
Or
What does our American deciphering say to it?
It just says that the word ache was once pronounced like the letter H.
Okay.
So.
Let's try it the way that I'm going with it right now.
Okay.
Is that your laugh is on Margaret's
Oh, I
line,
see.
Okay.
and you respond with what's the next line?
For the letter that begins them all. H.
Right. And what if you
So-
were a little bit with
I'm not aching for a husband.
right? And why don't you sort of
Okay.
what if you wanted to sort of in a mock way wanted to give her a slap?
Okay.
Try something like that. Okay. All right. Try that again.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all. H.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Well, and you be not turned Turk, there's no more sailing by the star.
Means the fool troll.
Nothing I, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
these gloves the Count sent me. They're an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
I want to stop
Now
you
this
there.
is definitely sexual.
Okay, that line, just that line, the Margaret's line just there. What was that Margaret's line just there?
Before that,
Yeah.
nothing I. She says, what means the fool now? Trow. I guess that means now.
Trow.
I wonder. Nothing I, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
All right, now what does she mean by that?
She's amazing.
She's being a little snot. Isn't she being a bit?
No, and then what prompts the next line?
All right,
Because
here's
I
we go.
can't.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. What?
I was trying to figure out, I don't know.
What
You're back to the.
These gloves
Oh,
the
these
Count
gloves.
sent me.
Okay.
'Cause
All right. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is we need to constantly think that Shakespeare isn't just sort of filling in space and just methodically getting to the storyline. I think moment to moment, he's giving you all sorts of nuances of the character being at any point in time in a certain attitude or concern. And I think, where does that come out of? The gloves.
I was thinking because she just said God sends everyone their heart's desire, and she talks about the Count sending her the gloves. So,
Yes?
something
That
along,
makes sense.
yeah, like not necessarily the gloves being her heart's desire, but just
Speaking of my heart's desire, look what he
yeah,
did. me.
yeah,
Okay, that's one. We're going to do it that way.
okay.
And then we're going to do it the way that I'm going to suggest, is that this little hot tongue over here is like being a little snooty. You know, you're going to get what your heart's desire. I think that the gloves is a cover to sort of switch the conversation.
Okay, I can work with that too.
All right, let's do both. Okay?
Yeah,
Let's
because
do
I
the-
was trying to make a connection between those two, and it was
Right. Well, this is what, and I'm not going to go through. I mean, this is what Cass. I'm not going to do this with the whole scene, but my point
Okay.
is this is what you need to do. Okay, and I will certainly be here, and we will start to comb this together next week. I can't do this through moment to moment right now because we're still doing a ghost level.
I think in this case, where you get confused, if you read the stuff on the right,
Yep.
you get a lot of insight. This has to do with sex.
Yep.
And Beatrice starts it.
Yep.
And you get that a little bit from the right side of the page.
Yes.
And then I think you're right. She's changing the subject because she feels uncomfortable with it.
We're trying to cover.
But
so
Beatrice and Margaret are really playing the sexual card here, I think.
do you think Beatrice? I mean, starting it off, that I think that Margaret twists it. I'm not sure how much
but
Beatrice
she says
is.
you're light on love. Sure enough, your frivolous dancing proves you have light heels. When you're married one of these days, if your husband is rolling
Beatrice
in
says
dough, you'll let him roll in the hay whenever he wants.
Okay, that
And
Beatrice
it's
is.
She
interesting
sort
that-
of starts
Well,
out.
it's interesting that this book says that because then I looked at the other one
Oh,
because I
okay.
wasn't really sure about that line, and she's just saying to Margaret, you're a loose and frivolous woman, which is what this says, and your husband's going to have all sorts of children. Just because he just is
Okay.
all
Okay,
over the
okay.
place.
See, I rest my case, and I'm going to bring in two
Because
more
you're
books,
loose
and you triangulate, and this is what I love about this. For all of you, I know some of you are like, "Oh, guys, you're going to get to me soon." Okay, bear with me.
No.
Okay,
This
I
is
appreciate.
interesting, Gary.
Okay,
We all
this
think
is
so.
this is the level for those of you who've been with me, I want to ratchet up a few more notches. The rest of you that are just joining us now, with that handsome man behind the camera right now, they're doing a marvelous job and quickly getting into the swing of things. All right, so let's try it both ways right now. First way, we're going to do it that you're taking it as a positive thing of what Margaret said, all right? And then we'll try it the second way, all right? And I'm not so much wanting to say my way is right. There are ways that ultimately I'll make some choices maybe, but there are times if you're really strong in the conviction, if you can really make me see and feel that it works for you, then I'll bow to that. All right. So anyway, let's try that first way, and then we'll start to really move.
Oh, illegitimate construction, I scorn that with my heels.
Oh, where are we?
'Tis almost 5 o'clock.
Oh. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceedingly ill. Hi ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
For the letter that begins them all, H.
Sorry. Well, you be, and you be not turned Turk. You haven't renounced your old faith yet. We can't trust anything more. Well, and you be not turned Turk. There's no more sailing by the stars.
What means the fool, child?
Nothing, but God sent everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me. They are an excellent perfume.
Oh, I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
Made and stuffed. There's a goodly catching of cold.
Okay, let's stop. Let's go back, and I want to add one more thing in, but then we're going to switch now, and that when that line comes in, you can see she's starting to build up, and you want to draw her attention away, and now you're going to try to cover up with the gloves. Okay? So you really want to punch that. I want it when you come in and when you say it. She says 5 o'clock. You say, "What are you doing? You're not dressed." And I want you to take her hand here and spin her around. And you're going to laugh at that. Okay? You just laugh at that, and then you'll go into. And this is I want you to leave with is why when you're talking about that you switch and go into this all of a sudden into this femme fatale thing. I don't want the answer right now, but there's something in it, and I'm not sure. I don't profess to know all the answers. I profess to have all the questions. All right, and let's take it now. Let's add that.
Okay.
Okay.
Start from the beginning.
Where you started before.
Yeah. Oh, illegitimate construction, I scorn that with my heels.
'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. Oh, what is my line?
By my troth.
By my troth, I am exceedingly ill. Hi ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
Laughing.
For the letter that begins them all, H.